Hold on a sec, let me get the damn script open. Sorry if you can't hear me very well, First of all, I got the sore throat, cough, my nose is stuffed up, and my mic audio is just complete shit. Hold on. I gotta hold my fucking mic to my face to talk. Yeah, and this ain't liquid shit, this is hot chocolate. Before we start the video, I would like to take time out of my day to say thanks to the people who let me interview them, and that I do not condone any witch hunting, I do not condone raids, personal attacks, or any sort of harassment. Now, let's just get into this freaking video so I can go back to bed. Today I would like to address some very important problems in the Splatoon community. I have interviewed 4 people who are experienced in the topic. I'll first tell you what they had to say, then at the end of the video I will provide some reasons and problems I could find. Thanks to all who assisted me with the video. Their names and YouTube channels, if they allow, will be mentioned at the end of the video and in the description. Now let's get into the depths of this shithole called a community. For this video, I interviewed 4 people, and here's what they had to say about the first person to be interviewed was Pick Surprise, who, if you don't know, played a major part in exposing some of the, I'm just gonna say it, pedophiles in the community. Here's word for word what he had to say. And before we note this, like I said, I do not condone witch hunting. The only instance I'm going to name a name is if someone who I interviewed said that, because I'm not going to change anything they say unless they want me to. Oh, god damn it. Hold on. This fucking TV, shit. I really need to turn my shit off. God dang it. Fucking song was about to play. I was gonna get fucking copyright strike if that song played. Wait, here's what Pick had to say. If you want my honest opinion, the community that the Splatoon game attracts is very questionable. If there was a statistic that showed how many of the people who play Splatoon have a mental impairment such as autism, I can say with confidence that I'm sure it would be very high. With autism being something that affects social skills, it is hard for a lot of the community to connect with people in real life, so instead they rely on this game to be their form of a social life. After studying the community for a while and interacting with countless amounts of its members, I have witnessed firsthand the effects that this community has on people, and I can say it is appalling. But because it's the only social interaction these people get, they choose to stick with it and keep involved with it. Like all online platforms, it also means that anyone with an internet connection and a suitable console or computer can get involved with it. This leaves the underage users in a state of danger as it is. It usually entices child predators. In other words, adults who want to interact with children and try to take advantage of them because they do not know any better. There is no better example of this than my video on Heavy the Squid, in which I discovered that he had been grooming a minor. Anyway, in summary, I'm very against Splatoon and everything to do with it. The second person to be interviewed was some Medi Excalibur. He only had this to say, which isn't very much, but seeing as the interview was still conducted, I feel that you should at least know what he said. I don't really know much about the actual community, just what one person did in particular. Now, The third person to be interviewed was a last-minute replacement for Doomsday, Doomsday.exe. Seeing as he never answered the question, though he did not answer, I will still link his channel in the description because technically the interview was conducted. He just did not take part in it. Next person, for very understandable reasons, wants to be anonymous, and I will respect that. Here's what they had to say. My personal opinion is that this community is one of the most shameful communities I have ever been a part of, and regret porting models for. Most of the adults in this community are like immature, whiny children. A lot of the well-known ones I've seen too are either hacks, immature, really weird, or creeps, especially a YouTuber I know who I won't name for privacy's sake. I know some good people of this community. People give flack to the Five Nights at Freddy's and Call of Duty communities because of their immaturity and amount of kids. Splatoon, however, is the opposite, where the kids are the mature ones and the adults are immature and man children and women children. Everywhere I go, I either see some retarded controversy about some Splatoon YouTuber or Gmod SFMer. Or I see some guy who's older than me. I don't really know if he wants that put out there. Who's older than me, who acts like a legit 5-year-old. I used to adore this community, but a lot of the people, especially the famous people, really made me run away. Really made me turn away from this community. That's my personal opinion, at least. The fourth person to be interviewed was Lol Attack Productions, the founder of the group Team Downfall. Here is what he had to say. I think the main problem with the community is the amount of... excuse me. The main problem with the community is the amount of influence that people have. When someone's content explodes in popularity, others will eventually try to mimic that concept in some in varying degrees of success. That can lower the bar of what people consider to be art and animation. People will see choppy stop motion and consider it to be a goddamn masterpiece. Influence can not only carry over to art, but also into the way people behave. Say, if someone has an idol and that idol treats someone else like shit, the fan base can end up copying their movements. It's like a hive of bees following their queen. I've seen a lot of people influence their friends and fan base to attack others or shield them from hate and criticism. It's really goddamn toxic. Alright, now that we've got those out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and give my own shitty opinion. But before we do that, I want to again say thanks to everyone who allowed me to interview them. And I know when I contacted you, I am my age. I am 14, almost 15. Not exactly who you expected to be doing a video with the information they gathered. But let me just go ahead and give my opinion that nobody cares about. So those are the 4 people I interviewed for this video. Now that we have heard what others think, it's time to share my opinion. Now don't get me wrong, I love the game, but the fan base it has attracted over the years can be summed up more or less by one word. Shitty. Hold on, let me clean my fucking reading glasses here. Since they're nasty as all hell. I know I keep having to take pauses, but I'll go ahead and talk with you guys through this. From what I can't read shit without my glasses. Everything is it's just like a big ass blur. If you're wondering why I'm wearing this fucking plaid coat for a video, I know I look like a damn college professor or something. It's because, well, it's fucking freezing over here. We got the heat on, it's 68, but that's still not really doing too much. Well, that made it a little bit better. Anyway, I'm just gonna ahead and go make this short because the script I wrote for my opinion part is a hell of a lot longer than any part of this. I'm gonna sum it up. One example I can find of the bad shit is the questionable art, by which I mean the goddamn furry invasion if you have not seen it. Basically, there's a website that just, it's for that. E621, I think is the name of that shit. That's where they find it. Ugh. And the only reason I would know that is because I had to do some research to find out where these fuckers hang out. Because, believe it or not, one of my friends, I don't know how he's still my friend after I found this out, but he is a furry and not, like, really bad. He's, like, level 1. He's just a fan of, like, the art style and stuff, but he hangs out over on E621 websites like that. So I don't really know how deep that shit goes, but another example I have is the new Miiverse. That's a topic that I'm gonna cover in my next video, so I'll just leave that alone. But it's got some shitty posts. One of the biggest issues I do have is about the Gary's Mod and Source Filmmaker community. If you have been involved in any way with that community, you know the people that are in it. And you yourself are probably not one of the bad ones, I wouldn't know, but you know the people that are in that community and the people that, well, Pick Surprise, Medi Excalibur, and Lolatak Productions all did their best to expose. Anyway, yeah, that would be about it. All in all, the community doesn't really deserve the bad rep. It's, especially when it comes from the idiots within the communities. That would be it. I would again like to thank Pig Surprise, All Attack Productions, Medi Excalibur 2012, and by certain extension, on a technicality, Doomsday.exe for allowing me to interview them for this video. If you want to check them out, links will be in the description below. Have a good one, and peace out.